When Neptune changes signs, it rewrites culture, not just consciousness. Neptune has left Pisces, where it's been since 2011 and fully from 2012. This is a long cycle of Neptune through Pisces. Now, Neptune sets the backdrop of the era. So it talks about the music, the art, the substances, the way that people tell stories. Now, we've come out of this era where it has been more about the collective. We've been breaking down barriers. We've been interested in more spiritual pursuits and consciousness exploration. We've been into this sort of dissolving aesthetic. We've had these crises of drugs like opioids and alcohol, and these are very Piscean. Now we're moving into a sharper, faster, edgier era. So we can expect to see a change in the music. We might see more stripped back, raw, aggressive, like hardcore techno or drum and bass, or more individual artists, because Aries is very much about authenticity, and individualism. So we might see people expressing themselves, as singer-songwriters, and really coming out with raw stuff straight from the heart. Now, we might see less escapism, less fantasy, but more confrontation. We might see more political music or art with a message. We're drifting away from that numbing state, moving more into intensity and stimulation, which is the fiery cardinal sign of Aries. So Neptune in Aries changes what we lose ourselves in. Losing ourselves in our own battles, losing ourselves in our own personal fight. Expect faster tempos, edgier aesthetics, rawer storytelling, and a cultural fixation on heroes, villains, and identity through action. This is the start of a new cultural chapter. People who have personal planets or their ascendant in Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, Neptune is going to be weaved into your personal story. This could mean that you have a role to play in this shifting cultural landscape or the aesthetic. You might feel inspired to share your personal story. Now, Neptune is a transpersonal planet, okay? This is something that is a slow mover. So you're not necessarily going to notice this straight away. You are going to be involved in this new wave, this new chapter of consciousness, this new chapter of storytelling and culture. You might notice yourself feeling more creative. You might notice yourself wanting to share some really bold personal stories through music or art. And that's part of the shift of Neptune in Aries.